So it's the big day. We're headed to the new Grand Egyptian Museum and to pyramids, to pyramids. Public spaces of this hotel are quite nice. Pool area, less so I'd say. The rooms are fine. It's just a bit corporate bland. All the usual stuff, nicely presented. Nice fish, I have to say, the salmon's good. Nice salads. Quite a nice breakfast, usual omelette station, fish, meats, salads, proper cappuccino. Still no teaspoon though. The Egyptians don't like teaspoons. So, I mean, they must be haram. Well, we're excited. Are we excited, Mr. Boo?
I'm dead excited, me.
Mr. Boo is dead excited and he's not even going to the Valley of the Kings.
He's not even going to the Valley of the Kings.
But he has got one life living in the Valley of the Kings. But going to this Grand Egyptian Museum, I hope it's not a letdown, but it's taken them 20 years, $1.5 billion to transfer from the old Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square to this one here out at the pyramids. So let's see. Still haven't seen a pyramid. Have you, Mr. Boo? Have you seen a pyramid?
Not seen one yet.
No, maybe not from our pyramid view room or a pyramid view hotel. I mean, I know they can't help the pollution, but no pyramids. Anyway, we'll see one soon. You've seen a pyramid?
No, I have not seen a pyramid. I saw thick.
Still no sign of a pyramid. So that is the Grand Egyptian Museum, the new one. And it is vast. And the pyramids are somewhere in that mist over there. Well, pollution. Mist is a nice word.
Yeah.
Got everything? Passport?
Yeah.
So this is the line for the 8:30 entrance, and this is why we booked early in the hope we might get maybe half an hour when it's not busy. And I mean, if this is the amount of people at 8:20, we've a chance. They're obviously going to pile in soon now, but let's see. So we've been talking about the fact that all these hotels are now using AI to give the impression that you can see the pyramids from their pool. So that is the Steigenberger. There is the Steigenberger Pyramids Hotel over there. And can you see the pyramids? Even without the pollution, they ain't there. But if you did stay at the Steigenberger there, you are right next to the museum. However, we're just working out how the hell you cross the road. Now the locals just run out, but you'd have to run out, then you'd have to leap this barrier, and then you'd have to run through the other side. Maybe they're making an underpass there, look. I think what's interesting is that the museum looks fantastic and all the rest of it, but this queue alongside this fence, alongside this road with the taxis dropping off, you feel like you're visiting someone in Wormwood Scrubs prison. Visiting time's begun. Have you brought your sister anything, Mr. Boo?
File.
He's pushing to escape. He's pushing.
So we've got online bookings, so we're just carrying on. Is this right, Boo? We don't go to this scan for book online?
We've already booked.
Those are
okay.
We saw a QR, we just need to be...
But this is tour group's entrance.
Yeah, okay.
This is simple.
Oh, so you just put your QR code on the thing, hopefully.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we are in, and we are amongst the first, I'd say, 30, 40 people in.
I think we're Absolutely.
Look, I mean, if you look up here, there is virtually no one. So our plan is to rush straight to Tutankhamun's stuff because it is amazing, and it is the thing that people in the old museum just used to queue for literally hours for. So we thought, even though you sort of want to climax to that, we're going to see that quickly first, or not quickly, but see it first without a crowd, and then we're going to explore the rest of it because it is vast.
It's like Heathrow.
It is. It's bigger than Heathrow Terminal 5. I bet there's less retail though, although who knows. It's a very beautiful building, but I just feel that stonework on there is a bit Jack and Vera. You know, it's a bit stone cladding, but it is really breathtakingly large compared to the old one in Tahrir Square, which was marvellous but utterly chaotic. So at this point we don't have to scan and we're in, and we've got it to ourselves. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Sure. Now you just gotta figure out where
I just want you to see how quiet it is. How lucky are we, because this is one of the biggest tourist attractions on the planet, and I bet you within an hour we'll be absolutely chocker. I hope the camera is giving you some idea of the sheer scale of this. It is, I mean, I hate to say airport terminal vast, but it is airport terminal vast. But even that is amazing right away. Great sign over there that says, during an earthquake, stay away from large objects. I mean, this stuff is just wonderful, and it's beautifully lit and presented with nice atmospheric music as well. And if you're hard of walking, you've got these incredible escalators that are vast. I do hope they keep these working, because often in Egypt things look great when they open and then they stop working. But you think that this is going to be maintained. It is phenomenal. This is meant to be a view of the pyramids. I think they may appear later in the mist, in the pollution. So we think, is this floor 3?
Yeah, it's the top floor.
This is a slight flaw in our plan. The area with Tutankhamun doesn't know till 9. Oh well. We were nearly the first in. We could still be the first in if we just wait here.
We'll keep this.
Look, we've just spotted finally the outline of what looks like the Great Pyramid of Stockport. There it is, in the pollution. Sticking to the front, we're determined to be the first in. We've got a line behind us now, we could charge them. Tutankhamun's ladder man. I don't know, 49 seconds to Tutankhamun.
Let's go.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. So that security guy was so great. He told us there are 5,972 pieces in the Tutankhamun collection, and there are 59,000 pieces in the entire museum. But we've got to come down here, and he told us we've got to cross this bridge. Is this the bridge? No. Next bridge. And hopefully we'll still be the first in unless somebody runs past us sort of January sale style. But this room is fantastic. I can't wait to come back to this. We've done it. We're the first in. What children we are. But I just want to see it without a crowd. I've seen it once before, but never presented like this, and it is jaw-dropping. There's almost little point filming this. You just have to take my word that it is absolutely jaw-dropping in here. Jaw-dropping. I mean, how do you begin to describe things like this? It's had the same effect on me it had when I saw it in Tahrir Square 20 years ago, 25 years ago. It made me cry. There's just something so mesmerizing about it. And so unbelievable. And what's amazing is so much of it is so grand, and that these very, very beautiful, but by sort of almost modest and little tiny models The detailing on them, amazing. Coffins upon coffins. It's not the coffin, it's the coffin you carry off in. The screen thing here is amazing. You can just sort of get the detail, bring up the detail on each bit. There you go. In multiple languages. There is about his death here. Was he kicked by a hippo? Did he hit on his head? Did he get TB? Or was he just weak? Well, what did they do with this, Mr. B?
These were for his internal organs.
Internal organs.
And they went in the metal bit that went in the...
Here.
Yep. And then went into that bit. And that's like a stopper on top to keep it fresh.
So beautiful.
And then there's another lid for that.
Then there's a lid like an ice box for his organs.
It's like a Yeti.
He needed a Yeti.
These were the sort of Terence Conran chicken bricks he took with him into the afterlife to keep his food in. Look at that. They are like chicken bricks. It's a nice packed lunch, look. Bread, beer, lettuce, onions, garlic. I bet his breath were good. Tutankhamun's tomb contained these and other vegetables. Honey cakes, though. Of course, he needed something to do, a hobby. So here is his pastimes. Some of these he used in his lifetime, some were just made for the afterlife. They're a long time dead. We need a hobby. We just spotted a spelling mistake. There's an R missing in papyrus. This is the thing that spoils this. You don't need a tour guide walking around. This is so well signed. If you could walk around it yourself, if you can read, you can understand what's going on. Instead, you have to have an imbecile with a stick. His jewellery collection was quite something too. What's intriguing is that people always call it a mask, but when you see it from the side, it's very definitely a headdress. It's like a giant helmet. It is unbelievable. But I kind of think, as often with these things, that some of the other objects in here are even more unbelievable. They're just less famous. This is sort of CGI to show you what he actually looked like. And it's quite surprising. There he is. Young, quite feminine, in bone structure. The boy king. It really is hard to communicate just how vast this is. It's the biggest museum I've ever been in, isn't it you?
For sure.
Yeah, I mean it is hangar-like in its vastness. Just look at that. It makes the turbine hall at the Tate Modern look small. Vast vaulted ceilings. Amazing. It's got everything here. There's a full medical centre. Full food court. Very, very well done. Nice gift shop, and at £25 though, it's probably not framed, but the poster. Mr. Boo's been for a coffee break. You really need it, and you really need warm clothes in there. Do not come in shorts and a t-shirt early morning, you will suffer. Did you finally get your coffee, Mr. Boo?
The influencer coffee from North 30.
North 30. So that's the main museum, and we're about to go into the Boats Museum, which is a whole other building here. At the middle. There is a microline flying above. There he is again. How bizarre. A 43-metre long, 4,000-year-old boat. Wow. So the truth is, of course, that these boats never really set sail unless it happened in the underworld. They were symbolic. They were a means of taking the dead to the afterlife. Mr. Booth, press the Uber button again, and hopefully another. I mean, the taxis are so crazily cheap. It's so easy. Yeah. So here we go. I think that thing ahead of us might be the Great Pyramid of Stockport, Mr. Boo.
I'd be right.
Nothing quite prepares you for for the scale of these pyramids. So this is quite surreal. Last time we came here, Mr. Bill, on the night train, you just got off the train and you wandered up to the pyramid. There was no security, there was nothing. Wow. And now there's this huge, great gate and visitor centre and all the rest of it. Yeah. I guess it's inevitable, but it's a big shift. Not surprisingly, it's a bum fight in here, but I get it's got to be done because Dren's never been up close to a pyramid. We have. I don't think we'd bother, to be honest, but not because it's not great, but you've done it. Well, we were very, very strategic with our Egyptian Museum arrival time, but obviously the knock-on is we arrive here and it's still, I mean, this is insanely busy, there's nowhere around it. Not greatly pleasurable, but has to be done.
They put the phone on top.
I think we got a bit of a situation. I've twice been refused entry. He took my microphone off me, he took the X-ray specs off me. There's nowhere does it say you are not allowed to wear Meta Ray-Ban specs. And also, I can't even bloody see with them. So this is my fourth attempt to get in. If I don't get in, I'm just going to sit on the wall and imagine the Great Pyramid of Stockport and watch it on my phone. But I'm that wrapped up. Mike's sunglasses. With glasses are the thing she first knows. So you see somebody else who's definitely not vlogging or taking photos. I mean, ridiculous anyway. So now it gets nice because you get away from all the security, you get away from all the tickets, and you're actually, as it always was in the desert, approaching these vast pyramids that somehow all these sort of, I guess, local touts and stuff are getting in. I don't know. I think the idea was this zone they wouldn't get into, but I think they can't secure it. But they got to earn a buck. I don't mind that at all. I'd rather have that than the gate Nazis. This camel is luxuriating. Look at him. Oh, so's his friend. Friend's having a look at him. Now, Mr. Boo, why do they have that under girth hump there under their stomach?
Here on their chest, it's for when they lie down so that they don't burn their boobies.
Now, did you know that, or did you just Googlize it?
No, I know that's true. It's the same why they've got really strong knee pads as well, and also because they love skateboarding.
We don't want to ride them, but we do like looking at them. They're so lovely. I don't think it's very nice to ride them, really, apparently. But anyway, I'm just saying that, you know, we're stood in front of one of the wonders of the world, and we're looking at camels, and there is something that human beings just love animals. You can't help yourself. A cute camel always takes precedence over a pyramid, even one as spectacular as this. Right at the top there, the burial chamber. So, give you some idea, how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2", and Mr. Boo is about the size of that bottom 2 stones, and it carries on and on and on and on. 2.1 million stones. So 1 block is the height of that kid. So when I said 2 blocks of Mr. Boo, he's not. It's 1.5 blocks probably. Not sure that's very nice, really. But there we go. Here's the microphone. Really? So they're not for tourists?
Well, I think they're testing it out for tourists.
Right, God.
The new thing.
It's fun, but I'm not sure I'd get up there in it. There is the Sphinx and the pyramids all together, the famous money shot. There you go, Mr. Boo. You get all of it now. All 3 pyramids. And the Sphinx. That's a pyramid view. Look at that.
Welcome. Where you come from?
Very good pyramid view. So we just made the mistake of not pressing the Uber button. We decided to get in with a local drive. We agreed 100. It wasn't 100. Then it was going to be 100 each. We just got out. It's not worth it, I'm afraid. Press Uber. The job's done. This is called, Mr. Boo?
Abou El Sid.
Abou El Sid, and it's definitely authentic because everybody's smoking inside, but it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It's got such an atmosphere. I'll put up with the cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
What's that, Mr. Boo?
Falafel.
Falafel, they look lovely. Unusually shaped falafel.
That one is fine.
What have we got here, Mr. Boo? Well, a kai with chicken.
This is the Molokhaya spinach soup
Yeah.
with chicken
Yeah.
and rice. This is roasted lamb with potatoes.
Oh, lovely.
And this is the pea and veal tagine.
That's my pea and veal tagine. I fancy pea and veal. What's that one?
That's chicken to go with the Molokhaya.
Oh, okay. Go for it, Mr. Boo.
Peas and veal.
Oh, yeah. Tahini raita. Fava beans. Well, Mr. Boo, what did you make of that?
That was rather impressive, wasn't it?
Well, it's an atmosphere-wise, I give that 10 out of 10. It really is somewhere, if you want to go somewhere that is properly Cairean, it's definitely middle-class Cairo, so it's not working-class Cairo, but it is, you know, it's fantastic. And price-wise, it's insane. We had 2 beers, a bottle of wine, starters, main course, total feast, and it came to less than 50 quid. But you know, for an average Egyptian, that is a lot of money. Put it in perspective. The crowd, well, they were interesting. A real mix. A lot of very nice families, Cairo families. Also some, I thought, spoiled brat, rich kids who I may or may not have been taking things. I wouldn't like to insinuate, but they were very stimulated, let's put it that way. And they were often in the bathroom. Now, I may be wrong. Hello, how are you? No, this is a great guy here. How are you? So, anyway, that was, what's it called?
Abou El Sid.
We've besieged you. Abou El Sid, we can't. He's looking at me, look, you see? And if you want proof that this is a middle-class district, well, there you go, it's the Italian deli with Parmigiano. And now we're under the flyover, waiting for our Uber. Mr. Boo signalled it. It'll be coming ever so soon. Actually, we've done really well. My top tip for coming to Cairo is just use Uber. You still may end up having to pay a little bit of cash in the car, although we've largely avoided it, but they've been great. Cracking place. Yeah, not the greatest food, but the cracking place.
I want you to go, yeah, much more, can I ever go, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Wow. Well, it's time for us to head back to France, to Villefranche. Hope you've enjoyed this series of films in Egypt. If you have, please give us a like, please give us a comment, and please think about buying us a coffee. It really helps support these crazy adventures, helps us to do more. But most of all, folks, remember, pyramid or no pyramid, Giza or no Giza, stay charged. Bye.
I want you to go, yeah, much more, can I ever go, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah.